Dreamwilder says, what is it most of loot you're collecting for? So there's two types of loot. There is the loot that goes into your inventory. So things that you can equip. That's actually better than the one I've got for sure. Looks ridiculous. Who's got the next highest logic bonus? 30, 40, 30, 55. Let's give it to him. Sniper rifle. I think so. Let's equip one of these grenades too. Hang on, I have an answer to that question. Give me a second here because I got sidetracked with new loot. Sniper gloves. Oh, well I just equipped something with Deadeye shot, so guess what? Yay for me. Alright, so there's two types of loot. One is the type of stuff that you can equip. But you'll also notice that it is stacking. Like there's 14 swords in that stack, 14 in this stack, 30 pieces of armor in that stack. There's also another element to this game called cargo. So there's different types of cargo. There's fuel, melee weaponry, armor kit, ship components, etc., etc., etc. Now, if this plays like beta plays, when you meet merchants in the game, you don't use currency to buy the things that they have. Instead, there's something called profit ranking. I think is what it's called. Profit. I think it's profit ranking. And then there's your reputation. So essentially, every item, that item will sell tiers of items. That merchant, excuse me, the merchant will sell tiers of items. So tier 1 will be like reputation level 1 with that merchant faction. Then there's the profit factor, which is your reputation as a rogue trader. So the items that are for tier 1 require you to have enough faction to buy his tier 1 things, but they also have a profit ranking associated with them. So your reputation as a rogue trader in the galaxy has to be high enough to buy certain items as well. And in order to get higher reputations with individual merchants, you trade cargo in exchange for faction bumps. So you basically sell your goods to that faction to get an increase in reputation, and then you can buy different ranks of their gear. So how does cargo work? Well, that's the other half of what you're seeing me loot. There's the cargo component, which goes directly here. So a lot of those items, when we open it up, if I get another inventory window, I'll show you really quick because there's two different boxes that pop up. One, and you can tell it. Do I want to send it to my inventory or do I want to send it to my cargo? And the default is it's going to send all the cargo stuff to cargo and then all this stuff to my inventory. Now, if I start accumulating 30 stacks of body gloves, I don't need those, so I can throw these in this. And if I can find it, might be armor kit. So it's at 20% capacity. If I throw these in here, is that going to increase that? Yeah, now it's at 100%. So, and there's two different boxes of it now. There's multiple boxes now of armor kit. So now there's three different stacks at 100% and a fourth stack that's at 20%. So I just shifted all of that over into cargo. So I could take all these things and drag them down into cargo, and it's going to adjust the values of the cargo types that I have, right? So then this just allows me to accumulate tons of gear. And the only ones you want to pay attention to are like these well-maintained, so on and so forth. Those ones you might want to use for a little while, and the rest of it you just throw in here. I am holding out of that cloak, though, because I'll use that later. And then you can look at the cargo list. These are the types of things that you loot that go in here as cargo. These are a lot of the things you've been seeing show up when I loot things. This is what the cargo looks like as you're looting it. So hopefully that answers your question, Dreamwilder. It's a good question. Let's see if I can find anything to loot down here real quick.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I don't think there's anything else over here to loot. If I go the other direction, we're going to get into combat, but we'll see it in a minute when I go to loot bodies from the combat. It'll
I
pop up.
always have a backup plan.
By the way, I should totally timestamp that. Pull that out as a little quick tip video. 129.